Today we are looking at the new Assessment Data Download feature. It is located here in the Assessment Data tab. I'm clicking Edit Course to enter the course so we can see what I have here. We have 2 lessons and each lesson has a quiz, so 2 quizzes total here. You still invite learners in the same place here in the Learners tab, and you'll see who is enrolled in the course here, and we have 2 learners enrolled in this course today. The Reports section is also still the same. You see enrolled learners, number of completions, average score, and down here you see average score for your assessments and individual averages and scores for each assessment in this pop-up window. So that all still works the same way. Now here's assessment data. We have a partial preview window here, and when you scroll down to the bottom of the page, you'll see the download button. This is how you will download your assessment data in a spreadsheet form. And you can see when I click the button, the file downloads. So let's go back to the top and look at our filtering options. This is where we select the data we want to download. And after we make our selections, we click Refresh and then Download. When you first come to the page, by default, all of these options are set to include all data. All learners, all revisions, all lessons, and all quizzes. But you can modify this to suit your needs, so if we only want certain learners, we choose them here. I'll refresh this really quickly and you'll see the preview window updates. So now we only see Chris's assessment data. Next is revisions, so let's take a look at how this works. I have 2 revisions here. When I created this course, I created 1 lesson with 1 quiz and I published it. Then later I added a second lesson and a second quiz and republish the course with the updated material. So if I select the first version of my course, I will only see data for the course at that time. So we only see the ethics and conflicts assessment data since that's all that existed at that point in time. If I select current revision and refresh the data now, we only see the data that was added in my last update. So we only see electronic communications here. So, if you already have all the data from the first version of the course, and you add something and you only need the data for the new material, this is an easy way to get that quickly. I'm going to select all revisions and refresh. And in lessons, you have the option to collect data for specific lessons, so I can choose only to download the ethics data, or I can choose the electronic communications data. And you can select multiple items in any of these menus. So if I had 3 or more lessons and I only wanted these 2, I can do that here as well. And finally, we have quizzes, and here you select which quizzes you want data for. So if you have lessons with more than 1 quiz and you only want 1 of these quizzes, this would be the way to do that. Now let's take a look at the CSV spreadsheet that I downloaded at the beginning of the video. This is what our spreadsheet looks like. It is sorted by question, so we have the first question in the first quiz, then the second question in the first quiz, and so on. And we can scroll across our table and see type of question, the correct answer, the answer given by the learner here, the score, which will be 100 or 0, and over here we also see the date and time the answer was submitted, the number of times the learner submitted the answer, and we have the learner name and email if available. And using your spreadsheet software, you can easily sort this any way you want by any of this data. So that's it. That is what our new downloadable learner assessment data looks like on Versal.